What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Washed Up. We are joined by the Washed Up gang. Look at this. We got a whole bunch of washed up losers.
Feels so good to be washed up.
We out here.
It's great to have Evan back. He's been on the show before, but first-timers Kyle Davis and McKay Cannon, a couple of BYU, Utah State, Weber State, SUU legends.
Let's go.
We've got every school in the country represented right here.
Utah.
That's a great point, Kyle.
Let's see. We're gonna jump right into this. I'm pulling up our talking points today, and it should be a fun show. We're gonna talk about. We have a group message called Beantown. It was us five that had the fortune of going to Boston this last weekend and experiencing that BYU UConn game. Very, very fun game. Great time. We're missing a couple guys. Mr. McKay Webster, one of TJ, Nick, and my teammates back from high school, the Lone Peak days, and then, of course, Nick Emery. Nick flaked out on us, boys. What's up with that?
Apparently had to take care of his kids.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Priorities.
What a sorry excuse.
Crazy.
What a sorry excuse. Exactly what I thought.
He didn't care while we were in Boston. Why does he care now?
It's a beautiful thing that he'll never see this. So we're safe to say whatever we want. All right, so we're gonna jump right in. You guys know the rules of this live stream, so I don't need to go over those. I'm gonna start us off with segment one. I don't know if we get to all the segments, but segment one is our one word segment. So on the count of three, we're gonna blurt out our single word gut reaction to the game, and then we're gonna go around a circle and talk about why it is we feel the way that we said. Okay, we feel good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ignorant.
Okay.
All right, I heard ignorant and encourage from McKay. Kyle, what did you say?
Electric.
TJ?
AJ.
All right, let's start with Evan. I want to hear ignorant.
Let's get some takes flying.
All right, let's get some takes flying. Kyle Davis, let's start with you.
All right, it was electric because we had like the best seats in the house. So we were front court for the BYU game. It was unreal.
The front court.
Brian hooked it up. It was awesome.
Shout out B-Sump.
Yeah, Brian Santiago was a legend for that.
For sure. Best AD in the country.
Yes, best.
But when we walked onto the crowd, like into the floor, it was just like the vibes were incredibly high. UConn fans were like psychotic, insane people. Like when we're walking in, they're doing like crazy cheers. They all knew them. Like they were pretty hostile. Like BYU babies were getting shown on the crowd, and they were booing. Like these people were like
outside the arena, also the inside the arena. Like they were crazy hours before the game. Like forming a crowd outside the arena.
The standby line was getting a little rowdy. People were having a chant off outside, and we were losing that battle.
Yeah, we were losing quick. I mean, like I actually think part of the experience that was fun for me was like it was kind of eye-opening to see the levels of fandom. Like I think we have an incredible fan base, but I think there's room for improvement. Like they were a lot to deal with. I remember during the national anthem, they're like yelling things about BYU, and Kyle and I like turned to each other and we're like, holy cow, like this is not normal. Now, that being said, I haven't been to a road game as a fan, so I haven't really like paid attention to those things as much. As a player, you kind of block all that stuff out. But yeah, I think electric is a good word. I like it, Kyle.
I think Dan Hurley kind of encapsulates their fan base to a T.
100%.
Like, he is all of their pent-up aggression and energy, and he just lets that explode all over the court like when he's coaching.
Pause. Yeah.
He's a psychopath.
He's a certified
but in the best ways, of course.
I think in the best way.
There's
I think none of us felt like hostile with the fans or anything like that, but in the best ways, we felt like, oh, this is going to be a war.
This is going down a bit of a rabbit hole, but I tweeted that we were coming on here and doing this. What's that?
So here we go, Eric with Dan Hurley.
Little name drop. Here he goes.
So tired of Dan
Hey,
Hurley.
he follows me on Instagram. What can I say, fellas?
Dan Hurley reposted me. I'm so cool. I'm Eric.
I doubt that guy spends much time on Instagram.
Yeah. All right. Everyone shut your mouths. But it was it was interesting talking to a couple of UConn fans. And after we noticed just how intense Dan was in the first half, from the first minute, he was berating the refs on a level that I had never seen and didn't think was allowed, quite frankly. And so at halftime, we're chopping up with some UConn fans, and we're like, holy cow, like, this guy's crazy. And every single one of them was like, yeah, like, for sure. But then you talk to him one-on-one, he's the coolest guy on earth. And then he came up. I actually still don't know why he came and talked to us. I was talking to somebody else, but he just
kept nodding at me. He kept looking over, and I would like make eye contact and be like, and I'm like, I'm like looking around, like thinking he's talking to someone in the crowd.
But then he talked to us. He was super cool, like very. I mean, I wouldn't say normal guy. Like, he's still intense, but like you wanted to be around him more. You know, I don't want to hear it about how whatever. But he was a cool guy.
I have a question for you. How do you feel that Dan Hurley, if he's on Instagram, will see you in dresses for your wife's TikTok videos? Like, does that concern you at all?
Look, you might be all for it, though, to be honest.
Be careful.
I'm going to be honest. First of all, I don't repost those things, but I'm going to have Gabby block him tonight 100% because he cannot see that side of me. That's a really good thought. So thank you, Kyle.
You're that guy?
Yeah. That's probably why he liked me. He's seen my work. All right, TJ, let's go to you. You just said AJ. Go.
Yeah. I mean, it was just I think that's some of the highest level of basketball that we're going to see. You know, like UConn is an extremely talented team. The game was so physical. They are a big team. And, you know, AJ had a poor first half. But then it was the AJ show in the second half. Like, he came out and, you know, Eric and I were watching made baskets from the game this morning, and all of his baskets were just such high level baskets and stuff you don't normally see from a freshman. His stuff was just so under control, and like a couple times he's getting into the paint and letting the defense kind of go back to their guy. So he's just very patient, has the ball, and then just gets to his spots and can elevate so well, which makes it really hard to contest because you got to jump early, which just allows him to, you know, use his pump fakes, use his footwork, which he has great footwork. It just seemed like, obviously, if he can play like that, we're going to be really, really good. But even if he can get anywhere near that for us, it's going to open up so much stuff. It just felt like he was like, all right, I'm going to take over here a little bit. Like, I'm going to take charge, which doesn't always necessarily mean like I'm going to put the ball in the basket, but it just seemed like he wanted to have the ball in his hands. He wanted to make decisions. And so
Dan Hurley said that was the highest level shot making you'll see in college basketball.
Yeah,
and it absolutely was true. Like,
people
have watched Kevin Durant and stuff like that in person, and it's just like, this guy's incredible. He can just make anything he wants to. He can shoot any shot he wants, and it kind of felt the same. They did a good job against him in the first half, but in the second half, it was just like he can just do what he wants because he's better.
Yeah.
And I think I would also add that he's 6'10". People don't realize that when they're seeing that from, you know, on TV. It's like, this dude can shoot it over anybody. Like, he's 6'10". He's Eric's height. And he's just rising up and scoring over some elite defenders with these UConn guys. And
one thing that I love that you pointed out today, TJ, and I'm sure we can put this clip together, was you talk about the patience. Like, yes, it's one thing if you're, you know, in the short post and there's a couple guys digging and he was like waiting, and that did happen, right? He waited till they fanned back out to their guys, and that's impressive. But then there were a couple times even on drives where he would initiate the drive and then like not go to the spot that he probably had the space to get to because he knew that there were kind of lurking hands. And then he'd get back, you know, then he'd bump into the defender with his shoulder and turn his back because he knew there was another guy. And he'd like wait where guys would normally be so uncomfortable, right? Like, you're talking about like a foot inside the elbow where the defense is collapsing and all the focus is on you. And normally guys get there, and if they don't have a wide open layup or lane to get somewhere, they just kick it out. Yeah. He just is like, no, this is exactly where I want to be. Like, you're going to have.
I think nobody in college basketball can block that shot.
Right. Nobody. And they tried. The one time they tried, he got the and one kind of like running fade, you know. So I thought there were some subtle things that were really, really incredible. I mean, he had the one move on Caravan with the reverse pivot that was like, you know, high off the glass, the Kareem left-hand hook, which was, you know, incredible, but really subtle things as well. I want to know what you guys think about his first half versus second half, do you guys have an opinion or a theory as to why he struggled? Was UConn just that good defensively or that physical? Or do you think it was kind of the stage and everything that fed into that game? Have any of you guys given that much thought?
Yeah, I actually have. I think what I really love about AJ, what I've seen so far, is it doesn't feel like he's a selfish guy. It doesn't feel like he's going, I need to have every shot. I need to be doing everything. And so I think there's a chemistry piece to this as well, where he's trying to figure out his teammates in this system as well, and like where to take advantage of his opportunities. And I feel like it was a point in that game where he was just kind of like, all right, it's like, I'm going to go now. And so I feel like Eric, you and I have talked about this a bunch, but this is like how KY's teams are. They just get better. First half, not very good. Second half, really good. Last year, it was like start of the year wasn't very good, and we just continued to progress. And I feel like we're just going to keep getting better and better, and he's going to keep getting better and better because obviously he's got KY in his ear going, look, I want more of this, less of this. Let's keep doing more of this. And I feel like he's just learning and learning and learning. And like, you forget he's just a freshman. He's elite, crazy. But he's just a freshman. And he's going to keep getting better and better. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But he's going to figure out, all right, here's my chances to take advantage of this opportunity. But he's not a selfish guy either. He wants to be a good teammate. You can see that. You can feel it. And that's really exciting.
It'll be fun to watch that evolve. I thought it was funny. Like right before he started kind of doing his thing, Kyle, if you remember this, Kyle turned to me. He was like, I wouldn't mind if AJ started shooting every shot. And then he still didn't, right? But he took over the game. And so it'll be fun to watch him navigate, right? Like when guys talk about how good LeBron James is and it kind of works against him. People say it's hard to play with him sometimes because he's so good and he could play different roles and take over games in different ways. And that kind of pushes people out of their own role, right? But it'll be fun to see AJ navigate that with KY's guidance. Ev, I feel like you're going to have a very poignant opinion on this. What are your thoughts on that first half versus second half?
I feel like the refs adjusted their game in the first and second half. Like there was not a whole lot of hand check calls or anything like that. Yeah. I think we had them in the bonus with like 12 minutes left. I want to say something like that. I remember there was 5 fouls with like 14, and I keep my eye on that. I felt like they were less aggressive defensively, like bumping him off his lines and things. And maybe that's fatigue. Maybe that's because they don't want to get him to the line. But AJ's just AJ at the same time. And it's like, even if dudes were bumping him, he was still like had that left hand finish with the reverse pivot. He still had that like hanging layup where he like clanged it right off the glass at the perfect angle. He still has that Hezo 3. Like even if guys are fouling him, even if like a whole defense is focused on him, he's just better. I mean, he's a freshman and there's a lot of pressure on that. And it's hard to play with that sometimes as a teammate, but sometimes dudes are just better and you got to just let them rock out. And that was kind of his awakening in the second half. He just rocked out.
Yeah, I like that. All right, we got to finish this this gut reaction. Mr. McKay Cannon, let's hear your word. I don't even remember now. I don't even remember what I said. We're not going to come back.
All right, you're probably thinking of Dan Hurley. I get it. Encourage. That was my word. I think,
let's hear why.
Well, I know we talked about AJ. Obviously, that was very, very encouraging to see him go through kind of the first half struggles of figuring out the physicality of UConn and just the environment of the homecoming and all the amped up nerves I'm sure he had and just to settle in. So that was very encouraging. And then just as a team, I mean, going into that game, down a starter, and then 5 minutes into the game, down another starter against the number 3 team in the country.
Yeah.
A program like UConn, well coached, won a bunch of national championships, just to settle in, not get too uptight, down 10, keep it close, down 20, and not fold. I mean, that's super encouraging as a BYU fan, and it's just great to see a team come together and not give up, and they had every reason to give up, and just impressive that they would stick to the game plan and see the game through and about win the game with all that was up against them.
Yeah, I think it was encouraging to see us battle this size. I mean, Reed on UConn is
my gosh,
unbelievable.
He was huge,
massive.
He's a legit NBA guy for a long time. I think last year he was six man of the year. He averaged like 9, 8, and 4 or something, and a couple of assists in there as well in like 19 minutes, like just incredible. So an expanded role. There was one time where he got it on a pick and roll or a dump off or something, and he took like a pound dribble, like loaded up his shoulder, and Kaba just like stood there and like walled him up. It was incredible. And then to see Kaba, who, you know, I don't want to report anything that I'm not supposed to, but we did see his people at the airport, and they said he was doing pretty good. So they're hopeful that he's good for Friday. So I don't know what is out there officially. But that was good because he looked dazed. I mean, he walked right by us, and all of us were like, "Oh, geez, that is."
Looked like
We
a
knew he
boxer.
wasn't coming back.
Yeah, we knew he was coming back that game. So hopefully he's good for Friday. But the way that we rallied specifically with the size, like I thought Boscovich and Mboop were killer on the boards, and they could have easily just dominated us, and that 20 could have turned to 30 if we wouldn't have handled them on the boards and just chipped away, kind of finishing play after play, getting stops. All right, Evan, round us out, baby. What was your word? Ignorant.
Right. Ignorant. It's kind of got a negative connotation, but it's a positive for me and like the attitude that BYU plays with. What did you say?
I think there was just a little bit of echo.
Oh, my fault. I'm just ready to fight back.
Yeah. Love it. Non-ignorant.
Like still on edge.
The Boston trip was an all-timer. But anyways, ignorant. So for me, it's like you're choosing to avoid, like, you know that the information's out there, and essentially like you're choosing to be dumb about it. And,
I love where this is going.
This
is incredible. Yeah,
it's exactly what McKay was talking about. Like, we had so many reasons to be like, yeah, we're all right. We're down our starting 5 man for 30 minutes of the game. We're down our 2 guard for suspension. We're in UConn territory, essentially. I mean, TD Garden advertises as Scores North. Like, we're down 20 in the second half. We have all these reasons to be like, all right, yeah, chalk it up. We're good. We'll get them next time when we're all healthy, when we meet on a neutral court, yada, yada, yada. We'll grow as a team. Instead, we were just ignorant. We were just like, I don't really care. I don't give an F that we just got down 20 to this team. I'm just going to keep going out there and balling and just like keep pounding the rock, and eventually something will happen. And like between Doss, Rob, Richie kind of opened up the second half, AJ, everybody just kind of was like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't care that we're down 20. We're just going to keep doing what we do. And they did it. I mean, KY has incredible halftime adjustments. You could see it. Like, even last year, you could see it. In this game, especially, like being in the front row, you could hear him doing them. And you saw him in the second half, and he was just like, it doesn't matter if we were getting beat in the first half. It doesn't even matter if we're getting beat in the first 8 minutes of the second. Like, we're gonna make adjustments, and we're gonna continue to improve. And they did. And I just felt like they were ignorant of everybody around them, counting them out, and it was awesome.
Yeah, love that. It's a great take. Excellent
take,
Mr. Troy. All right, I'm going to move us on to question number 2 and kick us off. It is personal highlight of seeing BYU operate up and close and personal. Kyle, you kind of spoke to this. We were fortunate. Who knows where we are on that list? We're probably pretty far down, but we got lucky. The seats fell to us. Brian Santiago hooked it up. And it was, again, like, I've been in those environments. I've been on stages like that. We've all played in these games, and it was just so cool to be back there and up front, right? And just see what it's like front row. And for me, this isn't like, oh, I heard something in the timeout, or, you know, I watched KY do something, but kind of inherently as a part of being up close and personal, I got to talk to Justin Young before the game and just asking about kind of the situation with Kennard Davis being fresh on their minds. Like, this just happened. This is shocking. They don't know what's happening, how it all unfolded, and what it means for the rest of the season. Like, these are big, heavy things right before a really big game, right? And he just said, I was like, hey, is this rallying? Like, are we feeling weird? Like, where are we? He was like, oh no, like, the guys are locked in. He's like, my brother, KY, my flesh and blood, is so locked in that he hasn't looked me in the eyes all day. Like, he is just so fired up. And I told you guys that before the game. Like, I had goosebumps. I feel like so corny saying that, but like, I had goosebumps when he said that, because it's just cool to hear KY, who is, you know, Mr. Cool, Mr. Relaxed. Like, he finds a positive spin on everything, right? And he was just so locked in for this game, right? Like, that was the intensity that was needed to go and perform the way that we did, albeit it was, not in the timeline that we had all hoped and expected, but we got there. And that's because he's laser focused and locked in. So I love hearing that and then watching him coach a game like that. I'm going to pass the ball to Mr. Kyle Davis.
I think one of the coolest things was, and I don't want to disparage any teams we were on or the era that we were on at BYU, but watching us go up against like UConn and the third-ranked team, it never felt like we were outmatched.
Yeah.
Like if we had played there in previous BYU teams, it would be considered this big upset if you went into Boston and beat UConn. Watching like our guys, how big they were, even relative, like I know it sounds weird, but like we have physically impressive players that belong on this stage that are going to be pros, not future like accountants. Like it's a team of a bunch of guys that
private equity.
We got dudes.
Credit. Come on.
All right, it's cooler than
Investment banker.
but that's the point. Like we're at a stage where the guys we're recruiting, it's AJ, it's Rob Wright. We're developing great players like from Utah in Richie. And just seeing us there was nothing in me that's like, man, if we win, this will be such a huge upset. It's like, no, like this is the stage we belong on. And like that was really fun and cool to see that we're like kind of at that stage. And I think it's a testament to Kevin Young and all the support they're getting from the athletic program and the donors and NIL. But it is exciting to think that we are at that level and can show well and compete.
Yeah, that's awesome. TJ. We're going to go TJ, McKay, then Evan again to round us out.
Okay. I think like for me watching that game, we got down 20. I think it was 39-59 at one point, something like that. And it is so easy for those games to get out of hand. Like it's so easy for a coach to start losing his mind, get a technical. It's like that can go downhill really fast. And even with the guys, it's like you can feel it's like, man, we're getting killed. It's time to fold. Kind of, a little bit going back to what McKay was saying about, just encouragement. This is encouraging. Like to be down 20, and I mean, we're sitting right behind KY. So he's walking in front of us 100 times that game. And it just like, if you never saw the score, like you just felt like we were right in it the whole time. Like KY never lost his mind. It felt like the guys never lost their minds. It just felt like we were like, we got this, guys. And that, like, to me, that is the sign of like a really mature team that they can figure something out like that. Cause I mean, that was a home game for UConn. We're on the road. That place was going nuts every time UConn scored. It was so loud. Like that is so easy for a young team to just be like, for it to go from 20 to 30.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this place is nuts.
Kind of what
Like,
Evan said
we're
too,
not, we're not going to get over the hump here. And it just felt like
Pause.
KY was super under control. The team was super under control, and we just figured it out. We just kept inching closer and closer and closer, and it never felt like it was out of hand. The only thing that felt like it was out of hand was when you looked up at the score, Everything else was just under control.
Love that. All right, Mr. McKay Cannon.
Yes, I'm just gonna echo that. I mean, we never wavered. You would have never known.
Oh, have your own thoughts.
I agree. That's some
Oh
BS.
my gosh. We've been echoing everything you're saying.
You're just on the couch.
Oh my gosh.
Say something.
Oh my god.
He didn't even listen to what TJ said. He was on Twitter like, I got caught during the weekend.
I'll just say being up close and watching the game from where we were able to watch it and being so close to the bench, they were just a connected group. Much more different than this group right now coming out my head. But I mean, they just kept
we're
rolling.
all connected that we want you to fail right now.
And that's
I
okay.
agree.
That's okay.
I agree.
But
Kyle's looking at some balance sheets right now. Freaking
oh my gosh, Kyle.
No, I'm looking at your rules to make sure I don't break any. It's like a freaking novel that he sent over.
I think you got us all uptight, Eric. He sent us the rules 5 minutes
Can't
before.
wait to never
the
do
rule
this.
where it said compliment Eric at every step. That was completely uncalled
that
for.
was too
And
much.
insult TJ.
No, that's
That's
just an unspoken rule of life. Like when you just carry this much swag, it just happens. Okay. All right. Kyle, we had a deep discussion about this. What's that, Evan?
What's TD Garden like?
Yeah, there you go. For Mr. McKay.
What's that?
He's a big Celtics fan. So what was TD Garden like?
He was all over the mop with the logo on it. Like, tell us what it was
I
like
was hitting
being
the
home, baby boy.
leprechaun. All that good luck was just flowing that second half.
Oh yeah.
But for me, I mean, Boston, the city, it's incredible. We had a great time. Just the history there. The Hall of Fame game, being able to see, Ray Allen, Kyle Korver, just some big names. And the history there, like I said, is just unmatched. And being a Celtics fan, it was cool to see the Raptors up there and see the championships and all that fun stuff and the history, and going to Paul Revere's place and checking that out.
Make sure we had some good pictures of it.
Yeah,
True.
took a lot of them.
Saw the Department of Homeland Defense.
True,
Yeah.
seeing Joe Mazzulla,
The
just all that.
cities. Yeah,
That
Joe
was-
Mazzulla
that
just
was
walking
wild.
around. It's
It was.
glorious.
He just
Yeah.
he just came out of that church and we're like, "What's
Hey,
up,
Joe."
coach?"
Is there any chance that it was like a lookalike? Some guy. I remember hearing a great story that years ago there was some guy who was like 6'7" that kind of looked like Pau Gasol, and would right.
So,
He'd walk around LA in a full Lakers like warm up sweatsuit and just get into whatever club and restaurant he wanted, and people would pay for his meal.
The people that fall for that are crazy. It's like, yeah, Pal's just wearing his jersey around. Like,
People don't know.
oh, that's
People don't-
him.
No, people don't know. It's the same people that when they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're the tallest human I've ever seen. How tall are you? 6'3"?" Like they just don't.
No one's
I'm
ever
like, you-
said that, Eric. 6'3".
Yes,
People have called you 6'3" before.
they have guessed 6'3", and it's incredible because I'm like, you wouldn't have noticed how tall I am if I was, puny boy like TJ Haws 6'3". You mentioned seeing Ray Allen and Caron Butler. TJ and I looked up the top 10 UConn players. I don't want to glaze UConn too much, but I mean, to add to everything you guys are saying, especially with what Kyle said, like we're on a stage and we don't feel like we're out of place. Like listen to this top 10. I hate to just bash on like, us and other former BYU players, but you got Rip Hamilton, Kemba Walker, Emeka Okafor, Shabazz Napier, Ben Gordon, Danielle Marshall, Cliff Robinson, Hashim Thabit. Like it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm
seeing a
taking
couple of
Bruce
the guys
Carr
in the
all-time
crowd.
5, though.
Huh?
Seemed to be notable 6'3" guy.
Yeah, notable. Yeah, tallest guy I've ever seen at 6'5". Pretty cool.
Lace them up right now, though. Our five's beating their five.
That's what I was just about to say.
Absolutely.
You take R5. We're
Our all-time 5,
yeah.
Yes.
which is
Great question.
This 5 right here.
yeah. Okay, well let's go B team. So Jimmer, Danny Ainge, probably.
No, this is current. So I love
AJ.
Danny. Danny may not make it though. He's 70 years old.
What do you mean
That's what
current?
we have on Connecticut right now. We got
What are we
new,
talking
fresh
about?
guys.
Those guys are all younger
What
than
in the
Danny, so
world,
like
bro?
more.
No,
in
I'm
their
saying
favor.
like Ray Allen. Ray Allen's well retired. We got dudes at Teej, McKay, Kyle. We're new in the 30s still.
So
Listen,
you're saying that we would
I want to
play
do
our current ages.
They got
everything in my
30-year-olds
power.
too.
I want to accept that compliment. But
Yes,
Ray
at
Allen
your
is
current
still a
age,
better
our
player than I
current-
am right now,
current
for
ages.
sure. For sure, Ray Allen is a better player than I am right now. We lace him up 100%. He will not miss from 3.
True.
Except when
But
McKay
let's name
drops
the
it.
other ones. Is Hashim Thabit still in shape? Are
No.
you beating Hashim Thabit?
Oh, I'm murdering his shit.
Oh,
for sure.
okay. Well, there we go.
All right. Yeah, I guess you're right. Why
You're
don't
right,
we just do
Ev.
one-on-one full
Way to think
court
outside
to
the box.
100?
Proud of
Eric
you.
Mika versus a Hashim Thabit. Say that 100.
That would be must-see TV.
Must-see TV. And I get coached by. We just mix it up. See how it goes. I get coached by Dan Hurley, one-on-one. Hashim gets coached
He
by
touches
KY.
you, your sweaty body. Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. My rules are broken. Okay. All right. Let's go. Last question. Unless have we missed? No, Evan, you got to lead us out. My
Ev's
apologies.
done after that comment.
I'll keep it quick. Biggest
Should I
thing
put
I
you
know is, like,
backstage?
coming from I'm backstage still. Coming from a coaching standpoint, KY and his assistant coaches are so dialed in. And that's not disparaging to any other coaches that I've been around, but like he just kept anytime something would happen, he would just be like, clip that for halftime, clip that. And it was instant like impact you could see in the second half.
Yeah.
Like
Awesome.
Rob had a few bad turnovers, I think he would admit. In the first half, he had 5 of them. Second half, he has 1. And KY just kept going, clip that, every time he was doing jump passes. UConn was way too long, way too big to be doing those. Like you can get away with it against Delaware and stuff, but probably not against UConn. Second half, he was way more under control, way more playing off of 2 feet, finding guys. So you could just see the adjustments, which is cool to see from like a coaching standpoint.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. I'm gonna address 2 of these comments, and then we're gonna finish with predictions for Friday. Loved AJ's dad wearing the blue suit on the front row. Wonder if that put extra pressure on AJ early in the game. No, I don't think so. I don't think that really played a factor. But who knows? I don't know.
You never know.
Crazier things have happened, right? Crazier things have happened. Do you think that BYU will make the playoff? Oh, we're talking football. Where's Alex Cressa? Do you
Right
think that
here,
BYU
right here, pal.
Oh yeah, Alex Cressa, former wide receiver. Maybe you weigh in on this one. Do you think that
Former
BYU will
wide
make the
receiver,
playoffs
Alex
if they
Barcelona.
make the Big 12 championship and lose close? What do you think, Alex?
Bad vibes.
Yeah, don't ask
Yeah,
Alex.
we're just gonna
Yeah.
win.
Move
Sorry,
on.
Tyson. Sorry, Tyson. We're just gonna win.
Get Tyson 1T.
That's the end of it. Okay. All right. Close it out. Let's hear Friday's predictions. We're playing Wisconsin. I think they're ranked 23rd. It comes in as a grudge match. Round of 32 last year. We played against them in Denver. Think they got a good squad. What's your guys' take for Friday? What are your hopes if you don't have a great take? Kyle Davis, you start us off.
We're gonna win by 100. History will be made.
I love that. I love that.
Never
I think it'll be close. This will be.
No,
as
you
like-
said it next, TJ. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Kyle. Go ahead.
I think it'll be close. Like there's obviously some bad blood between these schools. Both will be playing hard. There's a decent amount of like crossover from players that were on the team last year.
Yeah.
But I think we win by 9.
Ooh,
I think we
okay.
take care of business.
Winner of this gets to slap Alex Cressa, the real Alex Cressa, as hard as they can right in the face. Okay, so Cougs by 9, Kyle Davis. TJ.
Oh, wow. I think we're going to come out tough to start the game. I think we've learned a few things. I think we're going to punch them in the mouth to begin with.
Ooh.
And I think the score ends up being 81 to
Oh, we're getting a score
60.
prediction too.
81 to 71.
Oh, wow. 10-point game. Okay, so just nudging Kyle out of there. All right.
Hey,
Let's
Price
go,
is
Evan
right.
Troy.
Like it.
We're mixing it up. Evan Troy's going.
I think I agree with the boys that we will win. I think playing in the Delta Center and all these neutral site games are going to help us get off to a hotter start than Wisconsin will.
Agreed.
I do think it's going to be a little bit more physical than these other games. Like
A harder
UConn was
start.
physical just because it's 2 good teams, 2 good players. This one's going to be more attitude. We're missing Trevin Nell. He was a big pot stirrer there, but Dawson Baker's still around and he was punching guys in the nuts. So I think it's going to be a fun game. I think we win by 12. I think
That's a great
12.
take.
Price is
Great
right.
take.
I'm going 2 points higher than Teach.
All right, let's go. We're going up, 9, 10, 12. McKay Cannon, let's keep the trend going. What do we got?
We got the Cougs by 13. I think the big 3 is going to do their thing. And then the others are going to have more of a consistent game than they have the last couple. Look for a big game by Dawson again and some of the others. And let's go 84-71. That's 13, right?
Counting.
Help me. Where's the
Yeah.
I
counter?
think that's right.
Yeah, I think that's right. All right, I'm going to undercut all of you. I'm going to say we win by 8. I'm going to say that it's 82 to 74. I think
Good math.
You
I
want to
think-
say that we're going to lose so bad. Look at you.
Crazy.
What?
Look, I can see it in your eyes. You don't believe in us.
Get those vibes
8?
out of here, Ab.
He'll be too busy
Tell me
watching
why you
Danny
believe,
Hurley
Eric.
like hype videos.
no, I'm reading his book right now, actually, if you're wondering.
We weren't.
No. You know what? They're untested. You guys are going to give me that crap, and you're right to do so. Okay. So they haven't played anybody. We've played some dogs already, right?
Delaware, notable dog.
Can I put contingency in there about Kaba?
True.
No.
No.
McKay said yes. All I needed is one yes. If
No,
Kaba's
McKay,
good to
no.
go, we win by 16. We run away with it.
And if not,
If
Look at
not,
that.
we win
He's already
by
hedging, boys.
we win by 11.
So we got 8,
I
11.
thought you said
16.
8.
How do you
Is it
pull that
8?
off?
Is it
10?
11 or
Do we all
is
get
it
to give
like
3 scores?
16?
Okay,
What
fine,
is it?
Eric,
fine. We'll
you
keep
don't-
it
You
easy.
don't get to choose anymore. You're done.
We
You
get
No
three
Kaba
already.
8, Kaba 16. I'm just going to
No,
double.
no,
His
yeah.
impact is double. Okay,
Thank you.
guys, thank you for joining us. We had lots of viewers on here. Tyson, 1T, you're the best. Please be here. Post game after Wisconsin, we're going to be back for another episode of Washed Up. Will Pally, thanks for giving us your thoughts. Fans, we love you. And I hate everyone else in here that I'm seeing on a camera. I hate you guys. Love the fans.